Top of the morning to you. Thank you for tuning in this great Friday morning on Wells Radio 89.3 FM, your preferred wholesome radio, and your state number one family radio station. From our studio, it is 6:32 a.m. today, Friday, the 28th day in the month of November 2025. And we have 3 more days before we step into the month of December. And by that, you already know it is countdown to Christmas, the New Year, and every great things that it holds for us. My name is Ayo Emmanuel-Ojo. You're welcome to the program. Let's take you through Nigeria in the next 60 minutes from the stories making the rounds in the news for today. We help you make sense of it all, and we take you beyond the news for better understanding. It is Perspectives Unlimited. The views are unlimited. You see it from your view, and our analysts also help us make sense of it all so that we can make better decisions. And of course, agree, disagree, as long as the goal is to build our nation, Nigeria. Yes, we are more than set to take you through that journey. Once again, you're welcome to the show. My name is Ayo Emmanuel-Ojo. This morning, we have The Punch, The Guardian, and of course, The Vanguard. Let's begin with The Punch. On page 19 of The Punch today, NNPCL spends 17.5 trillion naira securing fuel pipelines, orders in 12 months. I'll take the story again for proper understanding. NNPCL spends 17.5 trillion naira securing fuel pipelines, orders in 12 months. And the writer to the story says, non-working refineries gulp nearly 3 trillion naira pressure mount for audit. It's not balancing, but I'm sure when we get to the story, we're just going to understand it better. I'm wondering what's going on here. On page 20 of the same Punch, business leaders reject proposed beverage tax hike. On page 2, VIPs move to engage NSCDC after 11,000 policemen recall. It's the season for the NSCDC men to shine, as it seems like they have been at the backside of things for a while. I'm happy for them, if you ask me. On page 2, which is the major story on the Punch for today, Safe Schools project stalls in 30 states as abduction rise. The writer to the story says state failed to release co-funding. Senate begins probe of 145 billion naira safe school funds. Ododo confirms bandits relocation to Kogi. And of course, on page 29, Nigeria condemns Guinea-Bissau coup. Jonathan evacuated on special flight. Now let's move on to The Guardian. Armed attacks intensify as Tinubu okays U.S. police or U.S. Nigeria security plan on page 6. Armed attacks intensify as Tinubu okays U.S. Nigeria security plan on page 6. On page 4 and page 5, how renewed terrorism exposes old, weak security underbelly. On page 3, reps vote on constitution review. On the 10th of December, you find it on page 3. And on page 7, IG claims 11,566 police officers were drawn from VIPs, orders intelligence policing. On page 6, democracy under strain as fresh coup hits West Africa, draws condemnation on page 6. And finally, Nigeria's transition to multi-tier electricity market attract over $2 billion investment. You find that on page 7 of The Guardian. Now let's take stories on the Vanguard this morning. On the Vanguard, bandits kidnap pregnant woman, 30 others in Niger, FCT. The story is right there on the Vanguard. Guinea-Bissau, Jonathan returns as AU echoes the cry coup. Insecurity, Nigeria not ripe for private individuals to bear firearms, says Njoku. And of course, Nigeria, Denmark push One Health to tackle AMR food safety and climate change. What again do we have here? Zamfara First Lady appoint vaccine campaign ambassador for local government. Zamfara trains 400 orphans on computer and poultry farming. And that's all we can take on the Vanguard. Thank you for joining us this morning on the program Perspectives Unlimited. Let's turn our attention to our Facebook page where you can watch us live on Facebook this morning to share your thought, perspective, and your view on stories making the rounds in our nation, Nigeria, for today. Once again, you're welcome to the program. Brace up, fasten your seatbelt, and let's move very quickly as we talk about stories making the rounds in the nation today. It's Perspectives Unlimited. To stay with us.
Within the armed forces, I once spoke here. I lost one of the most gallant Nigerian soldiers, my cousin, Colonel Bako, in the course of this. I lost my younger brother, in Bama. And today I will say without missing words that even as we try to solve issues, the vigilantes and those who volunteered, just 2 weeks ago, I lost my nephew. So I know what it means, and I speak with pains.
What has happened in this country is an abject lack of courage. Every president since 1999 till today has demonstrated an embarrassing lack of courage to deal with an issue that has festered. We are appeasing terrorists. We are placating them. They are engaged in negotiation. You can't appease your way out of terrorism.
Security we face today is not just Boko Haram, but people within us. Mr. Speaker, the boogeyman insecurity has visited each and every one of us in this chamber. No one has been spared in the country, Mr. Speaker. The time for cosmetic approach is over. The time for political approach to insecurity in Nigeria cannot secure and stop the insecurity we face today.
The leadership should also interface with the executive to ensure that some of these resolutions, including past ones, are implemented. If they are implemented in a holistic way, in a structured way, and not the knee-jerk approach we are adopting to insecurity in this country.
We need a security situation where our security operatives will be communicado, where Nigerians can call any security operative at any hour of the day, and they are sure to get the right response. And of course, an interactive one at that. When we have that, that is where we have the right policing. In normal climes, you find out that citizens police themselves. When you see something, you say something, you act and you do something.
And these people are there sending messages, sending clips on social media, making our country a laughingstock.
Disturbed that intelligence reports revealed the involvement of internal collaborators, often driven by economic and political desperation.
Those who are into this heinous crime do not love our country. They don't love our country. So they want to propel that intention of the United States.
We are being told that, oh, you shouldn't talk about the past. You should focus on the present. Yet, on this floor, rather than focus on what we're supposed to talk about, we go back to say, oh, during 2015, oh, the Chibok girls happened, and we are now rescuing people. People were not rescued at that time. During Chibok, 17 local governments in Katsina were not having parleys with bandits.
We know who these bandits are. We know where they are. We know what they want. What is left for us to conclude? If we are going to do negotiation, do it and finish it. If we are going to fight, we'll fight it to the finish.
We as the Senate must identify and communicate to the people that elected us to be their voice. That part of the report that states that military personnel were withdrawn from that school in Kebbi. We must identify who gave the command and why.
Even as I speak now, we are still facing the attacks. This is orchestrated, this is organized, and this is meant to damage the image of democracy. And all these things started with just a tweet from President Trump. The penalty for kidnapping should be changed immediately to carry the maximum punishment of death.
We don't have satellite images and capacity.
To your knowledge, we have.
Sir,
I was a governor up to Taraba, up to Jalingo.
Mr. President.
So it's just the wheel.
Mr. President.
I picked them up in any part of the country. So please don't go there. How did they even?
I'm giving you information, Mr. President. Please.
But I'm saying
we have 4 satellites. Nigeria has 4 satellites. And we don't have satellite coverage or surveillance 24 hours. We don't have it.
The civil senator.
With all due respect, generals don't complain. You don't expect a general to come and tell the Senate here.
No, we will compel them to discuss freely with us. Please.
They have their CNC.
That should be the closed session. Let's not.
Okay.
Let's not bab their hair behind their back.
Welcome back to Perspectives Unlimited, and thank you once again for joining us this Friday morning. Our analyst is in the studio to help us understand and make sense of all that is happening in Nigeria, because I'm sure you want to hear it. And of course, when it's time, the phone lines or the studio lines will be open for you to share your thought. Good morning to you, Mr. Sonny.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. How are you doing today?
I am doing well. How about you?
Well, I'm well. I was going to ask you, are you sure you're doing well?
I'm not totally doing well. And you said something, I don't even know whether to call it a lie or just an
Okay.
You said your analyst is going to, your analyst understands everything.
I believe
and
so.
Is going to help. The truth of the matter is that right now nobody understands Nigeria anymore.
I believe so. Wow. It's just a lot. I was going to play one more, but we need to get to work. And that's the voice of, I've forgotten his first name now. That's El Rufai's son. I know I did Amola shared the video last night, and then I watched.
Bashir.
To be honest, it made sense with all of the things that he said. However, we're just standing at the point where you're not entirely sure who is who. I played voices from the House of Rep, the Senate, and everyone is saying something about the insecurity. They are speaking so passionately, and then I'm asking myself, when I think
everybody appears to be so patriotic.
Exactly.
I mean,
we're hearing that there's names of people published. These are some of the political elites. We're assuming that some of them may even be, in the House. We're just assuming.
No. Let's not assume. Let's say what we know. The former deputy speaker, he said it as recently as day before yesterday, that when the Nigerian police and the Nigerian military agencies wanted to do recruitment, they gave them something I do not understand, which is give us lists. And when they examined the names submitted by members of the National Assembly, they found out that a lot of them are Boko Haram members. So it's not like we are assuming. It is now a fact that National Assembly members submitted names of Boko Haram members to be recruited into the police and army.
It is well.
And you now want me to understand Nigeria.
A lot is happening. Just too many things at the same time. Too many things at the same time. Let's start with this story. And then I know that Alim Dume was on a national television last night. I think I called your attention to it if you're watching, as I found it very fascinating. Where he referred to something on the floor of the House about the Nigerian satellites. And if these things are working, then we shouldn't be here. And then the Senate president said, no, I used to be a governor. They are working. I used to track as far as this and that. And I know that on the television show last night, Alim Dume said, if they are still working, why is it so bad or why is it so hard to track somebody in Kebbi if the Senate president said when he was governor, he used to track from this to that?
We should remind the Senate president that last time he was governor was 2015. It's over 10 years.
Over 10 years.
Since he was
so
governor.
A lot
and he became governor in 2007. So we never can tell if he was tracking whatever he was tracking in 2007, 8, or 9. How sure are we that he was even doing that in 2013, 14, 15 before he left office? I can tell you something for a fact. When Obasanjo was President Obasanjo then, he launched a satellite. And if I'm not mistaken, after the first one, we launched another one, making two. There was a national emergency then that we needed satellite images, but we couldn't get them. Guess what? They said the ones that we had then couldn't take pictures at night, and I was like, oh, okay. Since then, we have not heard, at least I have not heard of another launch of a satellite. And I can understand that at least one of those two dropped not too long ago. It fell from the sky. So the other one, I don't know if it's still functional or not. But even if it is functional, it cannot operate in the middle of the night. So of what value is such a satellite?
Such a satellite. Tinubu approves team for US-Nigeria security group. Let's start with that. President Bola Tinubu has approved the constitution of Nigeria's delegate to the newly established US and Nigeria Joint Working Group, a key component of ongoing bilateral effort to strengthen security cooperation between both countries. The approval follows last week's high-level engagement in Washington, where a Nigerian delegate, led by the National Security Advisor Nuhu Ribadu, met top U.S. security and diplomatic officials to negotiate a renewed partnership on counter-terrorism, intelligence sharing, defense modernization, and border security. The Joint Working Group, one of the major outcomes of the Washington meetings, will serve as the central coordinating platform for implementing security-related agreements shared by the two countries in a statement on Thursday. The special advisor to the president on information and strategy, Bayo Onanuga, said the president had named Nuhu Ribadu as the head of Nigeria's side of the working group. The statement, the president has approved the constitution of the Nigeria side of the US-Nigeria group as part of step to deepen collaboration to tackling security challenges in the country. Ribadu will be supported by high-caliber multi-agency comprising senior officials from key ministries and security institutions. Before I let you say one or two things about this group and your expectation of them, there's this question that and I know I've pushed that to Chukwuemeka for many years. Going by the voices on the floor of the House of Rep and that of the Senate, the cry of some of these leaders, do you think our government officials are overwhelmed already by the security situation? I saw another video this morning where, also on the floor of the House, a video was shown to the Senate president of a truckload of bullets, I think somewhere in Kaduna.
Yeah.
Yes, and then the bullets were dropping on the road. And you can tell that the Senate president was, should I say, shocked or afraid?
Let's even start by saying something. I know that road. I've been on that road before. It's the road from Zaria in Kaduna State to Funtua in Katsina State. The truck was coming from Kaduna, headed towards Katsina. I have a lot of issues with that. The biggest military base in Nigeria is in Kaduna. Can we tell authoritatively that that truck wasn't coming from that military base? Knowing too of that, it's not about what we know, it's what we have heard from the National Security Advisor, Nuhu Ribadu, who said that most of the guns in the hands of these bad boys are guns owned by the federal government, bought and owned by the federal government. How it got into the hands of these people is what he cannot understand. If that vehicle could have been coming from Kaduna and headed to Katsina, the very first thing I would do if I were to be the chief of army staff or whatever is to take an immediate audit, inventory of what we have in Kaduna, what is missing. A sack fell from that particular truck, and when they counted, 210 bullets were found in that sack.
Just one sack. And then this is a truckload of bullets.
In our seriousness, we need to know exactly what we are doing in this country. It is not making sense. Guess what? From every bullet, you can trace it back to the manufacturer all through the middle points. The Nigerian army has a lot of bullets, some of them as old as 50 years, and trust me, they are still as effective as the ones manufactured this morning. Every bullet has a serial number. The shell casing, you can trace it. Where did this bullet come from? You will know the manufacturer, you will know who bought it first from the manufacturer, you know the second person, the third person, the fifth. How did you can trace it back. You can track it. If you do that, if it came from the Nigerian army base, you will know immediately. There is an inventory of when that bullet got into the armory. There should be an inventory of when it got out of the armory. How did it get into the hands of the bad boys? If we are not interested in doing things, and these are things that common logic would expect us to do, but we are not doing that. Instead, oh, Mr. Senate President, I can feel what is happening. I lost my nephew. That's emotion. It's not going to get us anywhere. People have been losing their fathers, their children for a long time. This thing, of this scale started in 2009, and it has been like this for ages. It's not the time for emotions. Perhaps emotions got us to where we are right now. Let's drop emotions and let's ask the right questions. Two things are of paramount importance to me right now. I want us to track that bullet. Those bullets. That's number one. Number two, who gave the order for the military personnel at that school in Benny for them to leave at that particular point, knowing too well it was just 30 minutes before the bad boys were going to arrive? If we can know these two things, trust me, I believe we will have solved at least 25% of our problem, because you understand who is pulling the strings behind the camera. Who gave that order? Someone must have given that order. Number one. Ask the person, what made you give that order? You cannot say you just felt like this bus should go and take a walk at 3 a.m. 3 a.m. It's not 1 p.m. And even if it's 1 p.m., whenever, you do not expect everybody to take a walk at the same time.
At the same time.
It shouldn't be more than 20% that should take a walk at any given time. So why 100%, all of them at the same time? Number two, where is that bullet coming from? I believe that there is international collaboration to what is happening in Nigeria. It's not just an internal madness. I believe that it's a cacophony of ideas and hands right now. If it's not from the Nigerian military base, you will know the manufacturer. Talk to the manufacturer. Who did you sell this thing to? From there, we can pick it up.
We can pick up.
And there is something the Nigerian government is doing that I do not understand. I have seen a video of a white guy who flew a helicopter, a military-grade helicopter, into this country. I strongly believe Nigeria should have submitted the image of that guy to Interpol, International Police. Help us identify this guy. Let us know his country of citizenship. Then you engage his country. Who is this guy? These are the things that will lead to, I believe that there are internal collaborators as well as external collaborators. We need to unmask who these collaborators, both internally and externally, are. Until we do that,
do you think they're overwhelmed, or just the willpower?
They are not, and I repeat, they are not overwhelmed.
So how do you describe the tone we are getting on the floor of the House?
Drama. Drama. A guy, not just a guy, Deputy Speaker, that's the number 4 guy in the National Assembly, he said that when members of the National Assembly submitted names, at the point the military and police were vetting the names, they realized that a sizable number of the people submitted, whose names were submitted by the National Assembly members, are hardcore Boko Haram members. For those who are not Boko Haram members, they are pure criminals, assassins, robbers, and how sure are we that the other guys that, passed the vetting are not guys who were just, sharpening their teeth in the Boko Haram cadre? Guys who are still under the radar but are also, in tune with what Boko Haram is doing. How sure are we that they're not going to grow wings when they become military personnel and begin to, cause trouble from within?
Are you worried about the recruitment of the police that will be happening according to the directive given by the president?
The president said he wants to recruit 50,000 more police personnel. I am not against that, but two things here. Number one, look at the average Nigerian police officer, and no disrespect, you see a hungry guy. Their clothes are almost always dirty. Their boots are funny to look at. I mean, look at police officers from other countries. I mean, standard bulletproof is part of their uniform. Here, if you see 10 police officers on the road, maybe 1 or 2 are on bulletproofs. And trust me, those are the most senior of the guys you are going to see. Take care of the ones that you have. If the ones that you currently have on the street right now look good, a lot of people will say, oh, I want to be like this guy. But if they look like people you look at and say, oh God, are you sure you're working for the government? Who would want to join? Nobody will be interested in joining, apart from people who have reached the end point of their life, people who do not know where to start from again. I say, if joining the police is not going to put food on the table, let me join. That's number one. Number two, people who have ulterior motives, Boko Haram members, guys like that, who don't want to join the force for the sake of keeping the society safe, but from knowing what is happening from within, so they can use that information to better the lot of their terrorist organizations. Those are the type of people you are going to find.
Let's talk about this group very quickly before we take a break. That's the Nigeria-US security group. What do you have any expectation of this group?
The truth of the matter is that at this particular point, I don't trust anybody.
Including the US?
Yes, I don't trust anybody. I don't even trust Nigeria, not talk of the US. A lot of people believe that, the only solution to what's on the ground right now is the US coming to Nigeria. I'm sorry to tell them the US will now come.
Will not come.
Will not come. You can quote that, sir.
So how about the President Trump's? Is a threat to
call
that now?
That's Trump talking. Anybody who understands Trump will understand that is how he does his things. When things were so hot, then at the point of Boko Haram invading his school, Chibok, and going on with 114 people, it was a case of, they are going to come tomorrow. They are going to. People were even circulating fake images of U.S. soldiers on Nigerian soil, which was clearly. Put yourself in the shoes of the U.S. president. Every president every president elected in the U.S. comes on board with a promise of, okay, I am going to de-escalate the globe. We are going to have more American boots on the ground outside American soil. We are going to bring them back. We are going to exit current wars. What are you going to tell your people if you now want to move soldiers to? Of what significance, of what importance is bringing U.S. troops to Nigeria to the United States of America? That is the point. People are just too emotional here. Take for instance, you are the president. A lot of people will say, but Nigeria went to Liberia. That is ECOMOG. Nigeria didn't go to Liberia or Sierra Leone as Nigeria. We went there under ECOMOG. ECOMOG is no longer active today, simply because it's not making sense. Everybody has now come to the realization that Liberia's problem is Liberia's problem. Sierra Leone's problem is Sierra Leone's problem. Nigeria's problem is Nigeria's problem.
And that's the same way probably other African nations cannot form a group to say, let's go defend Nigeria.
ECOMOG is as good as non-existent anymore. The only thing people now do is UN peacekeeping. And that one is not even as strong as it used to be. And guess what? UN peacekeeping will not engage anybody apart from the self-defense. They will not go and fight
anybody. All right, let's take this break. When we come back right after the break, we open the phone lines. Calls are already coming in. We're going to take them.
Before we leave, let me say something. Right. Even when Nigeria was doing what Nigeria was doing in Liberia and Sierra Leone, guess what? The US didn't send one military personnel. When the UN now wanted to rebuild Liberia and Sierra Leone, guess who got the contracts? US companies.
All right, we'll take a break.
Nigeria lost soldiers, US made money.
We'll be right back. Stay with us.
How long will it take you to confirm payment? I have been waiting for the past 1 hour.
I'm so sorry. Our network is slow. I will just run out of data.
Same excuse yesterday. It is unacceptable, please. You better switch to One Data internet service.
One Data?
Yes, One Data. One Data is an internet service provider with the best alternative and solution for unlimited speed. One Data provides fast and reliable internet service to organizations, homes, and places of interest in Nigeria. With One Data, you get to enjoy the premium internet service with dedicated unlimited internet speed at all times, 24/7 fantastic customer service and support, and you enjoy a 1-month free subscription when you make payment. Now is the time to say goodbye to downtimes. Sign up with One Data today on 0811 223 2671 or visit www.onedata.ng for more inquiries. One Data, unlimited speed.
Christ Ambassadors International College is a private, co-educational Christian day and boarding school located at Alafin Avenue, Oluyole Estate, Ibadan. We offer a blend of Nigerian and British curricula designed to nurture global leaders with godly values. With world-class facilities, exciting co-curricular programs, exceptional pastoral care, and outstanding academic results, we ensure your child's dream becomes a reality. Our entrance examination for 2026-2027 academic session will hold on Saturday, 14th February 2026 at 8 a.m. For inquiries, please call 0704 530 8414 or 0814 177 2806 or visit www.christambassadorscollege.com. Christ Ambassadors International College, nurturing global and godly scholars.
The Financial Services Regulation Coordinating Committee, FSRCC, in collaboration with the National Broadcasting Commission, NBC, wishes to draw the attention of the public to the activities of illegal financial operators, IFOs, which threaten public trust and the stability of the Nigerian financial system. The general public is hereby advised to refrain from dealing with unlicensed financial operators who deceive individuals with unrealistically high investment returns. Verify the licensing status of such schemes on these websites: www.cbn.gov.ng, www.nicom.gov.ng, www.pencom.gov.ng, www.sec.gov.ng, www.fsrcc.gov.ng. To report any suspicions of illicit financial activities, call CBN 0817-665-7060, 0707-338-4828, SEC 0209-462-1168. Announcer, FSRCC.
Mo wọlé dé o, Kérésì ti dé, ó tún ti yá o, ẹ tú yàyà wa. Ayẹyẹ tó gbajúmọ̀ tó gbafẹ́, níbo láti ṣẹlẹ̀ ṣẹgbọ́n, níbo ló ti máa dùn tẹ́ mọ́. West Radio 89.3 FM kọ̀ǹgà kan máa gbẹ. Bàbá Kérésì dé o, kọ̀ǹgà kan máa gbẹ. West Radio 89.3 FM Aláàfin Avenue ní Ìbàdàn ló wà. Kọ̀ǹgà kan máa gbẹ. Ìyẹn lólúyọ̀lé estate wa. Ìyẹn ní Ìbàdàn nílé Olúyọ̀lé wa. Kọ̀ǹgà kan máa gbẹ. Ayẹyẹ Bàbá Kérésì wa ti dé.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas.
Daddy, hear that music. Christmas is coming.
I can hear it too. Are you ready for this year's Christmas?
Only if I can meet for that Christmas for real. Not the cartoon, not the TV, but the real one.
So you want the real Father Christmas?
Yes, Daddy. The one that talks and laughs like ho ho ho.
Then get ready because we are going somewhere special this year.
Where? Tell me now.
Yes, Father Christmas is here again. It's the Wells Radio 89.3 FM Father Christmas Fiesta 2025. 3 beautiful days of joy, color, laughter, and unforgettable family moments. Date 11th, 12th, and 13th December 2025. Time 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. daily. Venue Wells Radio 89.3 FM, Alafin Avenue, Oluyole Estate,
Ibadan. Bring your children for a heartwarming Christmas experience. Fun activities, exciting games, beautiful memories, and loads of gifts to be won. Gate fee 4,000 naira only. Tickets are now available for sale. You can now book in advance ahead of the event days. To reserve your ticket, please call 0903 936 8185. Sponsored by Juniors International and Christ Ambassadors International Group of Schools, Zoe Specialist Mission Hospital, supported by Omoyo Property and Management Consult, Honeydew Restaurant, Oluyole, Ibadan, Chalk Boy, Comfort Kitchen, Alpha Photos, Challenge Ibadan, Jasper Creative, Big Apple Schools, Olukunle Junction, Ibadan, J Crown Stores, Orogun, Ibadan, Bamraj Food and Beverage Nigeria Limited, Leadway Victory School, Orogun, Ibadan, Olumes Dimes Plaza, Are Junction, Ibadan, Brunel Supermarket, Oluyole Estate, Friendly Top Filling Station, Oluyole Estate, and JP Ugochem Nigerian Enterprises. Wells Radio Father Christmas Fiesta 2025, where the fun of Christmas becomes real.
Daddy, I can't wait to tell him my story.
And he's ready to hear it, my love.
Wells Radio, 89.3 FM, your preferred wholesome radio.
A commercial trailer passing through Zaria around Ahmadu Bello University, loaded with bullets, on his way to supply to the bandits. For one reason or the other, there is along Zaria Sokoto Highway. Today, now,
the bullet was dropping.
The bullets were dropping and on the road, the driver did not know. And was still going, and the bullets were dropping. I hope he has been apprehended. So I use this opportunity to call on the Commissioner of Police in Kaduna State to quickly send a team to go and escort the trailer loaded with bullets. The bullets are dropping on the road. The people are crying. I think we should stop further discussion on this matter and go into the prayers, because there is a lot of work to be done.
All right, you're welcome back. That's the voice of Godswill Akpabio, the Senate President. You're welcome back to the program. Still Perspectives Unlimited on Wells Radio 89.3 FM. This call has been on the line for a while. Let's take it. Hello, good morning to you. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you. That's Aderonke.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. We can hear you.
This is Aderonke from Muslim.
Good morning, Aderonke
Concerning
from
the
Muslim.
presidency sending U.S. to the...
Oh, we lost your call, Aderonke. Please do call us back. 0916-893-1000, 0915-334-893. Hello, good morning to you.
Hello, good morning, West Radio.
Good morning, Mr. George from Olugweru.
Mr. George calling you from Olugweru.
Good morning to you, sir.
Take, for example, with all that your analysts have presented this morning, haven't we known those who are in position to arrest the situation we are having today, but are refusing to do it? Can we say we have a working government in Nigeria today? What exactly is the gain or the benefit they are going to get from these killings and destruction of the lives of innocent people in Nigeria? And after making this money that they are making from this business, if every other person dies, will they live alone? We can get help from any other country to stop this thing at this stage. It doesn't really matter what, where, and who that person is. When we went to Liberia, like your analysts have said, they went there under a body. Is it that those bodies are not existing again because it is Nigeria that is having problems? These questions need to be answered too. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. George, for your contribution this morning. You too can call us at 0916-893-1000.
If I may answer, Mr. George, Ekumog is now out of fashion. It's no longer a very serious thing within ECOWAS.
Hello, good morning to you.
Yeah, good morning, West Radio.
Good morning, Mr. Salami from Awoton. Thank you for calling.
God bless my dear brother. I'm Salami, I'm calling from Awoton. Good morning, Mr. Adekontoni. God bless you, sir.
Amen. I too, sir.
For me, I think with the happy incident now, I think God has really exposed these people. Honestly speaking, unless we're not ready to take advantage of what God has provided for us. Because if we are truly serious in fighting this insurgency, I think for now, what Mr. President should have done, everybody is denied. And nobody called them, didn't know what called them. So I think Mr. President should have done is to simply order his confirming staff to round up all those officers, all those military boys that are on duty 24 hours before the cabin incident till the very moment the incident happened. Round them all up, not the military, they know what to do. To drill themselves, they will get the staff. Who gave the order, and if the order was not given at all, then they will get to know. That's the starting point for us to start doing to fight insecurity in this country. Unless we are just interested in paying lip service to it, which is not the best, at least in the interest of people. That's number one. Number two, on the issue of the recruitment Mr. President is planning, I think I'd rather advise, because yes, they are commended Mr. President's effort, but another revelation coming out from people from the Senate or the House of Reps, where they say that most of the names on the recruitment list were names of terrorists, Boko Haram, and what have you. Then we will still be infiltrating our security architecture further with bandits. So instead, I rather appreciate if Mr. President can also instead empower those states that have already set up their security outfit, weaponize them by carrying sophisticated arms. With that, and encourage those states that haven't started to now kind of, encourage them to start setting up their own machinery for state security and what have you. With that, we are even helping the federalism agenda of Nigeria. That means they can protect itself, Sokoto can protect Anambra, something. Thank you, God bless you, sir.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Salami from Awoton. Thank you for joining the conversation. In the midst of all of this, I must raise some of the videos we're seeing on TikTok, most especially lately, of bandits going live on TikTok. I just saw one this morning. And I know that, again, El Rufai's son referred to this same issue, saying that some of these young people, especially from Kaduna, where he's from, who are probably still struggling with what to do with their life. Is it education? Is it anything? And now they are finding young men like themselves on social media with new notes and, of course, glorifying what it feels like to abduct or kidnap people and make some money. Hello, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning. That's Adoronke again.
Yes.
All right, please go ahead with your thought.
Yes, concerning the presidency sending delegates to USA concerning security, the USA is really aware of what is going on in Nigeria. In fact, US have information that Nigerian government does not have. So going there, to me, is just waste of time and resources. So they should stop displaying our weaknesses more to international community.
Thank you. Thank you for calling us. Let's talk about what we see on social media very quickly before we talk about NNPCL. So we just have too many stories about kidnapping.
NNPCL is an endless drama. And see, the truth of the matter is that Nigeria does not lack capacity to fix what's on the ground. Rather, what is lacking is the will to do what is right. Go on TikTok this morning, saying nefarious things about Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and I can assure you that you're not going to sleep in your house today. You are going to be sleeping rent-free tonight. But people who are doing worse things to Nigeria come on Facebook, come on Twitter, come on TikTok, Instagram, say all sorts of horrible things, and, they just melt into the air, and nobody bothers to look for them. Trust me, sir, be it a deleted account, there is a digital trail to every account that uploads anything. Even if you are not uploading. I was on Twitter yesterday and I saw an account. It's Swap News. I don't want to say the exact.
Is it verified?
It's not verified. Okay. It is not verified. But what they are posting are things you would expect from somebody who has knowledge of what's happening from within.
And then they signed up on the platform.
Yes, X.
With
it's Swap News.
A mobile device, IP numbers, tracking details.
And we are
an individual security company can track them.
And without even involving the state apparatus. What I'm trying to say here is this. Nigerians are watching. The entire globe is watching. The biggest suspect as regards who is enabling Boko Haram is the Nigerian government right now. And the reason why I'm saying that is because of the fact that they have what it takes to bring an end to what's on the ground, but they are not. I mean, that is suspicious. That is suspicious. You cannot log in without leaving a digital trail. Even if you log out, they know the exact time you are logging out. If you are logging in again, they know the exact time you are logging in. And not just the time, the location. Even if you switch off I traveled in the course of the week. I deliberately didn't switch on my location. Guess what? Now, Google is telling me
it's
that...
It's going to tell you everywhere.
Not just where I stopped by. They are telling me that the weather for the place I left a couple of days ago is going to be like this. So do not tell us that, they are switching off their location.
You made calls and you did all of that probably from that location.
See, that's Google. And it's not like I am under any security watch. Now look at the energy and the sophistry that will go into somebody who is under security watch. I know too the Nigerian state has the capacity to fix what's on the ground. Even the Senate president, as funny as it may be, said that the will is what is lacking. He said that. Maybe for once I am agreeing with...
If that statement is coming from the
number 3 citizen of the country,
what do we expect?
From the number 3 citizen, God bless you for this perspective. I just don't want to scare Nigerians this morning. If the 3rd citizen who has every right under the law to summon anybody apart from the president, and of course, there's somebody who has direct access to the president, if he is saying that, I don't want to say it's a lost battle, but it's appearing to be one.
Let's move on to other stories. NNPCL spent 17.5 trillion naira securing fuel pipelines orders in 12 months. The Federation has racked up a staggering 17.5 trillion naira.
Can I hold you there, sir?
Okay, please go
It's
ahead.
not just pipeline. That's not even the biggest headline.
I mean, we're going to get to other
The biggest headline is that 2024, they claimed to have spent 7.1 trillion on subsidy.
Well, 17.5 trillion naira as debt hold to the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited for pipeline protection and energy security operations. The oil giant undertook on behalf of the nation in the financial year ended 2024. This came as analysts demanded a forensic audit of 17.5 trillion spending and expressed concern over the pipeline protection and energy security costs, citing persistent leakages, low crude production, and systematic issues in the national oil company. Findings show that out of the total, 7.13 trillion was spent on energy security costs to keep petrol prices stable whenever the gap between the exchange rate and the ex-coastal price of the refined product widened. 17.5.
Sir, do you know what that means?
Yeah.
It means fuel subsidy.
It's embedded in words. But let's talk about the 17.5. For pipeline security.
The question I want to ask you is this: how long is the stretch of pipelines that we have in this country? That's number one. Number two, what is the financial value of all the pipelines put together? The AKK gas pipeline that they're talking about is just a couple of billions of dollars, maximum 5 trillion. And that's a giant mega project. All these rusty pipes, I don't know if you have been to the Nigeria Delta before, a lot of them are rusty, they are old, and you are telling us that you are using 17.3 trillion naira to secure them in a year. See, I can tell you free of charge that there is a lot of money to play with in Nigeria. A lot of money. Look at what we just read now. Just one government agency, 17.3 trillion naira on what I believe is needless. That's why I'm even angry at the president for saying that those who want private protection should go to the NSCDC. The NSCDC is not a joke. It is a very, very critical agency of government. Guess what? The primary duty of that agency is to secure key infrastructure, government infrastructure, power lines, rail tracks, pipelines, and all of that. And this is the agency the president is drafting to go and secure private people. Does it make sense? No. Why exactly would the government pay the king of, I don't want to say the particular town, but it's what all of them do. The most flamboyant king in Delta State today enjoys this thing. He is paid multiple billions per annum for this. But government, he also breaks in multiple billions per month in the name of pipeline protection.
He runs a security company.
And I don't get it. Why exactly are you going to put the safety and security of your key infrastructure in private hands when there is a national body designed for that? I don't get it. It's not making sense. What I'm saying here is this. No matter how much money you give these people, you can't give them up to 1 trillion naira in a year. Should they be getting 1 kobo? No. But even if you want to say, okay, this is how they are doing it, you can't tell me that you're paying them up to 1 trillion naira in reality. So where is the remaining 16.3 trillion? That's over $10 billion. That's more than enough money to solve our electricity problem. And that's just for 1 year. This year, perhaps it's going to be more than 17.3. The following year, maybe it's going to be 20 trillion. I don't want to say we are crazy, but it looks like we are crazy in this country.
NNPCL stories all over the place. It's a big one this morning in Nigeria, but let's take this call before we move on. Good morning to you. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Hello. Hello, good morning. All right, we lost that call. Please do call us back. Use the alternative lines 0915 333 893 and 0911 333 893. You mentioned the NSCDC story, and I would like us to touch on that very quickly. Understanding their responsibility, what they should be doing, and most importantly, what is the number of the personnel, the corps that serve in that organization. Following the withdrawal of over 11,000 policemen by the authorities, prominent Nigerians have reviewed plans to apply to the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps for orderlies and security escort. The move, ordered by the president, is part of the push to redirect overstretched security manpower to escalating nationwide threats, including kidnapping spikes in Kwara, Kebbi, Niger, and other parts of the north. Let's talk about the Civil Defense Corps. I said at the beginning that before now, you really do not find them all over the place. I know when students are writing JAMB and WAEC, you see them. During election, oh yes, you would see them. And it's looking like it's a good season for them. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning to you.
Hello.
Yes, good morning. That's Benga Myro.
Hello.
Hello, good morning. Oh, hello, can you hear us? All right, two callers, man. Let's talk about the NSCDC.
The NSCDC, like I said, is a very, very serious agency of government, but they have been reduced to next to nothing. Their primary duty has now been handed out to boys in the name of political patronage, and that's, we call them boys, but you know who I'm talking about. That's something I cannot process in my head. I do not even believe they have the requisite number to man the infrastructure, but instead of doing that, instead of spending more money on them to bring in people to work for the state, you are rather paying private people to do that job. It's not making sense. Now it's going to get worse, because even the few that are on the ground.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning. Benga Myro, thank you for calling.
Yeah, Benga Myro on the beat. Yeah. Good morning, sir, Mr.
Morning, sir.
Now, the point is this. I think NSCDC, we don't need them to be guiding the VIPs, because the number of security personnel that we have in the country is not even enough. Even the Mr. President said they should absorb like 50,000 more policemen. I think they are still not up to the task. They are not up to, because insecurity is a game of number. When your opponents are larger than the other, then those ones with larger number stand the chance of winning. See, they said, according to the IGP, I went to talk yesterday, he said that 11,560 something police officers has been withdrawn from VIPs. And when I did my calculation on that, 312 personnel will be, if to share them in the 36 states of the country, we have 312 police officers that will be attached, that will be group, that will be transferred to each state in the country. So, of what importance is 312 police officers in a state added up. So the thing is this. So on my way to work every day to go state, there are these custom officers that are on the road. You see them jogging in the morning, putting on their what do they call it, their sportswear, jogging, like 2-3 of them. Even I saw one yesterday. At 8 a.m. when I was going yesterday, I saw him with just a short. They are doing nothing. Let our custom officer, let them not be stopping cars again, be checking cars again. Let them team up with the security agents that we have. Let NSCDC, let them team up with our social and our police officer. Let immigration, some of them, let them team up. Let VIPs go on, let them go for private security guards to be guarding them. Because the number of security that we have, they are not enough. They are saying that they should absorb 50,000 naira. Or the 50,000 naira, if they should group them in I'm sorry, Jari. 50,000 police.
Yes, I remember.
So the point I want to make is this. See, the 50,000 personnel that have to be absorbed, if we should group them into attach them to a state, how many of them will be attached to a state? So the number is keep dragging. The way forward is this, Mr. AY. Let government, custom officers that are not doing anything, immigration that are not doing anything, NSCDs that are manning up our pipeline, let them be attached to our standardized army and army police personnel. Thank you very much, and God bless you guys.
Thank you so much.
Let me even say something as regards the police drama. We always heard about at least 100,000 people doing private security. We're talking about men of the Nigerian police. But the IGP came out openly to tell us yesterday that, it's not like that, it's just 11,000 plus. Guess what? I saw it and I was like, are you kidding me? They said they want to remove the guards following Wike around. You can't do that. That's a serving minister. They said they want to remove the guards attached to Atiku Abubakar. You can't do that. That's somebody who is statutorily should be protected by law.
At the moment, yeah. I mean, and also a former vice president.
So I was like, what are we talking about? It's all drama. Guess what, sir? Yesterday, police officers, they were still guarding an individual yesterday.
I mean, there are still videos all over the internet, even as at yesterday, where you still find some of the VIPs with policemen.
But the IGP was telling us, it's just 11,000.
I mean, let's see if the extraction is still going on, so it probably may take a while.
And one of them was shot yesterday in Anambra State.
Very unfortunate. We have to go. Thank you so much for your time.
It is always an honor.
Yoruba will say Enrila Mario and it's very important. That's all. It's a challenging time, but you know what? We're still going to smile even in the midst of the chaos, because we believe that it's going definitely will be well. And we're praying for our leaders that God will definitely lead them right, give them the right knowledge, inspiration, and also the willpower that goes beyond the physical to be able to approach some of the challenges that we have in our nation, as we've been able to highlight over time that is all that we need to bring Nigeria to the place that it truly deserves. God bless our nation. Good morning. Have a great weekend.
To this important information, the views expressed by the interviewee in this program are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views or opinions of Wells Radio 89.3 FM or its affiliated entities. Wells Radio 89.3 FM is committed to providing a platform for diverse perspectives and opinions, and the views expressed by guests on our programs are their personal viewpoints. Wells Radio 89.3 FM does not endorse or take responsibility for the content or opinions expressed by individual interviewees and callers. Thank you.
Not